Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to share with you the timeless wisdom from one of the most influential self help books ever written, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. First published in 1936, this book has sold over 30 million copies worldwide and remains as relevant today as it was nearly a century ago. Carnegie, a public speaking coach who had been teaching business education courses since 1912, originally developed these principles for these students, and they were later compiled into this legendary book. So, what is the secret? Carnegie's core message is deceptively simple. Success in life depends not on aggressive tactics or manipulation, but on genuine kindness, sincerity, and a deep understanding of human nature. The book is divided into four parts. We are going to talk about each one. Let's start with part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. Carnegie gives us three core principles here. First, and perhaps most importantly, don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Criticism is dangerous because it puts people on the defensive and makes them want to justify themselves. It wounds their pride and creates resentment. Instead of pointing out flaws, we should try to understand why people act the way they do. Second, give honest and sincere appreciation. Carnegie famously said the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Everyone wants to feel important and valued. This isn't about flattery, which is insincere and selfish, but about genuine recognition of what others do well. And third, arouse in the other person an eager want. Instead of thinking about what you want, think about what the other person wants. Show them how getting what they want will also help you achieve your goals. As Carnegie put it, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. This is the foundation of all human interaction. See the world from the other person's perspective. Part 2, 6 ways to make people like you. Now let's move to part 2, 6 ways to make people like you. These are simple, actionable habits that can transform how others perceive you. Number 1, become genuinely interested in other people. You can't fake this. It has to be real. Ask questions about their lives, their interests, their challenges. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Number 2, smile. A smile is the simplest and most powerful way to communicate warmth and openness. It costs nothing but can instantly put others at ease. Number 3. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and the most important sound in any language. Make a conscious effort to remember names and use them in conversation. It shows respect and signals that the person matters to you. Number 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Most people are far more interested in their own lives than in yours. So let them shine. Listen actively, make eye contact, and don't interrupt. Number 5. Talk in terms of the other people's interest. Before you speak, ask yourself, what does this person care about? Frame your conversation around what matters to them and you will have their full attention. Number 6. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Everyone craves a sense of significance. When you acknowledge someone's value, you create a bond of goodwill that can last a lifetime. Part 3, How to win people to your way of thinking. Part 3 is where things get really interesting. How to win people to your way of thinking. Carnegie offers 12 principles here, but let's focus on the most powerful ones. Principle 1. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. You cannot win an argument. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you make the other person feel inferior, hurt their pride, and make them resent you. So, welcome disagreement. Control your temper and listen first. Find areas of agreement and be honest about your own mistakes. Principle 2. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say you are wrong. Telling someone they are wrong is a direct attack on their intelligence and judgment. Instead, try to understand their perspective and find common ground. Principle 3. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and empathically. There is no greater display of strength than admitting a mistake. It disarms the other person and earns you respect. Principle 4. Begin in a friendly way. A Carnegie said, "A drop of honey catches more flies than a gallon of gall." A kind, gentle approach opens doors that anger and aggression slam out. Principle 5. Get the other person saying yes, yes immediately. Start with the points you both agree on and ask questions. Invite affirmative answers. This builds momentum toward a positive outcome. Principle 6. Let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. People are far from People are far more committed to ideas they believe they came up with themselves. Make suggestions but let them take ownership of the solution. Principle 7. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. This is the golden rule of persuasion. Don't condemn. Try to understand. Put yourself in their shoes. Principle 8. Be empathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. A simple phrase like, "I don't blame you for feeling as you do. If I were you, I would probably feel the same way," can dissolve tension instantly. Finally, Carnegie also suggests appealing to nobler motives and dramatizing your ideas. People want to feel they are acting from high-minded principles, so frame your appeal accordingly. And don't be afraid to make your ideas vivid and compelling. Show, don't just tell. Part 4. How to change people without giving offense. Finally, part 4. How to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. This is perhaps the most delicate skill of all, and Carnegie gives us 9 principles to master it. Start with praise and honest appreciation. If you must point out a fault, begin by acknowledging what person is doing right. This makes them more receptive or constructive feedback. Call attention to people's mistake indirectly. Instead of saying, "You did this wrong," try to try this part didn't quite work. Let's look at it together. The message is the same, but the delivery is far more palatable. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. When you share your own failures, you become relatable and humble. The other person no longer feels attacked. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. No one likes being told what to do. Instead of saying, "Do this," try, "What do you think about trying this approach?" Let the other person save face. Never humiliate someone, even if they are in the wrong. Protect their dignity and they will remember your kindness. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Be generous with encouragement. When people feel seen and appreciated for their efforts, they are motivated to keep improving. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. If you want someone to change, treat them as if they have already changed. Tell them you believe in their potential and they will rise to meet your expectations. Use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. When people believe improvement is within reach, they are far more likely to try. Conclusion and final takeaways. So, what is the big takeaway from all of this? Carnegie's philosophy boils down to one fundamental truth: human beings are driven by a deep desire to feel important, appreciated, and understood. When you genuinely care about others, listen to them, and treat them with respect, you don't just make friends, you build lasting, meaningful relationships. These principles aren't tricks to manipulate tactics, they are rooted in a sincere, empathetic approach to human interaction. As Carnegie himself said, the goal is not to get people to do what you want through coercion, but to shape others' desires gently for mutual benefit. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history, credits this book with transforming his life. He found a copy on his grandfather's bookshelf when he was just 15 years old. If these principles are good enough for him, they are good enough for all of us. In the end, the book's enduring popularity proves that human nature hasn't changed. We all still crave appreciation, respect, and genuine connection. So, the next time you interact with someone, whether it's a colleague, a friend,